They called me a titan, a robber baron. All I ever wanted was order. My name is John D. Rockefeller, and I built an empire not on oil, but on the control of it. You see, 1,000 men can dig a hole in the ground and watch crude oil bubble up. That's chaos. That's a lottery. Power isn't in the well, it's in the pipes, the tanks, the refineries. It's in owning the flow. I started with a simple idea, a promise, really. Standard Oil. The name meant something. It meant quality you could trust. Every drop of kerosene that lit a lamp in a home, from a farm in Kansas to a tenement in New York, would be pure, safe, and consistent. In a world of shoddy refiners and explosive lamps, that promise was gold. My partner, Henry Flagler, he was a genius with numbers and negotiations. And Samuel Andrews, our chemist, he knew how to squeeze every last valuable product from a barrel of crude. We began in Cleveland, a hornet's nest of refineries, all fighting, all struggling. I saw waste. I saw inefficiency. I saw an opportunity. So I started buying. Quietly, some called it a consolidation. I called it bringing order. I'd approach a competitor, their books bleeding red from a price war I might have. Encouraged. Your plant is worth this, I'd say, laying out a fair number. But I won't offer you cash. I'll offer you something far more valuable. Stock in the Standard Oil Trust. I wasn't buying them out. I was inviting them in. Join me, and we would all share in the profits of an orderly market. Refuse, and, well, the market can be a harsh place. The railroads were the arteries of commerce. And I made sure Standard Oil's lifeblood flowed through them at a discount. Men like Vanderbilt and Tom Scott, they were practical. They understood volume. I'd guarantee them thousands of carloads a day, a steady, predictable stream of business. In return, I wanted a rebate. A secret one. For every barrel I shipped, I got a little back. For every barrel my competitor shipped, I also got a little back. Yes, you heard that right. My competition was paying to make me richer. Their shipping costs went up, mine went down. It didn't take long for their margins to vanish, for their refineries to become liabilities. I remember one fellow in particular, a holdout, a stubborn man. He refused my offer after the whole South Improvement Company mess made the papers. That was a clumsy affair, I admit, too public. But the principle was sound. This man, he thought he could stand alone. So, I said nothing. I did nothing. I simply let the logic of the system play out. Suddenly his rail cars were delayed. His barrels sat on sidings. The banks, seeing his shipments dwindle, got nervous and called in his loans. His credit froze. He couldn't make payroll. A few weeks later, he was back in my office. Quiet, pen in hand, he took the stock. I didn't need a sword. If I stopped your credit, your refinery stopped itself. It was the silent, inevitable pressure of a well-oiled machine. And the machine grew. We didn't just refine oil, we perfected the entire process. Vertical integration, they call it now. We bought forests to make our own barrels, ensuring a steady supply and consistent quality. We manufactured our own sulfuric acid to treat the oil. We built our own pipelines, thousands of miles of them, a web of steel that bypassed the railroads entirely and made us their master, not their customer. We built vast tank farms to store oil when it was cheap and sell it when it was dear. Every step from the wellhead to the wick of the lamp, we controlled it, we streamlined it, we squeezed out every penny of waste. The public saw the result. The price of kerosene plummeted. Light became affordable for everyone. I brought light to America. Was that a crime? The price wars weren't meant to be malicious. They were an education, demonstrating the power of efficiency. I saw myself as a force for good, an angel of mercy, saving an industry from its own self-destructive chaos. But not everyone saw it that way. A persistent woman, Ida Tarbell. Her father had been one of those refiners who couldn't compete. She wrote about me, painted me as a monster, a monopolist strangling the life out of free enterprise. Her words stirred the pot. Politicians, smelling blood in the water, started circling. They passed something called the Sherman Antitrust Act. They talked of restraint of trade. I was called to testify. They'd show me charts and ledgers, accusing me of predatory pricing. I'd reply with my own numbers. Look, I'd say softly, the cost of refined oil is down 80%. Workplace accidents in our refineries are at an all-time low. We deliver a reliable product to millions. Are these the actions of a predator? My chief lieutenant, John Archbold, he was more of a fighter. He loved the battle. I preferred the quiet, undeniable logic of the bottom line. Efficiency is not a crime, but the world was changing. The tide of public opinion, fanned by the press and politicians, was turning against me. They didn't understand the beauty of the system, the elegant logic of the flow. They just saw a giant, a trust, and they were afraid. In 1911, the Supreme Court brought down the hammer. They ordered the breakup of Standard Oil. My great machine, my life's work, was to be dismantled into 34 separate companies. My opponents celebrated. They thought they had won. They thought they had slain the dragon. They were wrong. The day the company was broken up, I didn't lose a thing. In fact, I became far, far richer. I owned a large portion of the parent company, which meant I now owned a large portion of all the 34 new companies. And as these companies, now supposedly competing, began to flourish in their own territories, the value of my shares skyrocketed. The structure changed, but the ownership didn't. The logic of the system I had built, the control of the flow from well to consumer, it endured. They broke the body of the trust, but its soul lived on in a new, multiplied form. They can call me what they will. History can debate my methods. But look around you, the world we live in, a world of global supply chains, of integrated systems, of ruthless efficiency. It runs on the principles I perfected. I didn't invent greed, I just made it orderly. Thanks for tuning in. If you found this journey into the past interesting, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next episode. We appreciate your support. See you next time.